Yes, ma'am.
Sir, do you also switch on your video? Alright, so in the previous class, we had talked about how there are different organs of respiration for different organisms, depending upon the habitat that they are living in. Then we saw the human respiratory basic diagram that gives, right? Now, today, we're going to see the different parts of the human respiratory system. So the first, there is the nose. Now, humans, they have an exterior nostril, which are divided by the framework of cartilaginous structure called as the septum, which is right in the middle. Now, this structure separates the right and the left nostril. Now, inside there are tiny hair follicles that form the lining of the nostrils. Now, why do we have that? We have that so as to act like a filter, right? It will trap any airborne particle, whether it is dust, whether it is pathogen, or any foreign particle that there is. The nasal hair, the hair in the nose, they will trap. Is it clear? Also, remember that this nasal passage that we have, apart from freeing the air from the dust and particles, it also humidifies the air. What is the meaning of humidification of air, students? It brings the air to the body temperature. Understood? It brings the air to body temperature. Acha, who can tell me what is the normal body temperature of human beings?
36.
37. 37 degrees Celsius. Okay, Sad, switch on your video. Can you hear me? Are you able to hear me? One second, students. All right. So, yes. So, our nostrils and our nasal passage, they're responsible for freeing the like incoming air from the dust and pathogens and stuff. And apart from that, it brings the air to the normal body temperature. Then, leading from the nasal passage, there is the pharynx, right? Start like from here, there is the pharynx. This part then comes the larynx, then comes the trachea. So pharynx, larynx, trachea, PLT. Now see students, like I told you about the benefits of how, breathing through the nose clears the air out of the dust and everything, and it humidifies the air. That is why you might have heard people say that it is not good to breathe through the mouth. Have you heard people say this to you? Sometimes, like when we have a cold or nasal congestion, we start breathing through our mouth. See, we can breathe through our mouth, that's completely fine. But the thing is that when we breathe through our mouth, when we take the air through the mouth, the two functions are not done. The first thing, the air that's coming inside our body, that is not getting filtered. And secondly, the temperature of that air is not being set to the body temperature. So because of these two very reasons, it is very much advised to breathe properly through the nose. Now, the nose would ultimately, like the nasal chamber, meaning the innards of the nose, it would open inside a wide hollow space, which we call as the pharynx. Now, pharynx is a common passage for food and air. Okay, this is a part where food and air both can enter. Now, how does it function? It functions by preventing the entry of food particles into the windpipe, meaning the pharynx does not let any food particle enter our windpipe, that is the trachea. Because what will happen if the food enters our windpipe?
We may choke.
We choke and we die, right? That's what's going to happen. That is why it's very, very important to not let the food particle get inside the trachea, which is the windpipe. So for that, pharynx also works actively. Now there is a structure called as epiglottis. It is an elastic cartilage which serves as a switch between the larynx and the esophagus by allowing the passage of air into the lungs and food into the gastrointestinal tract. So basically, when we talk about epiglottis, it's like a flap. Whenever we are eating, obviously when we eat, it's not that while we are eating, we stop breathing. We eat and breathe at the same time. So whilst we are doing so, so that the food will not enter the windpipe, this particular epiglottis sort of covers the surface so that the food will directly go into the esophagus, that is the food pipe. Clear, students?
Yes, ma'am.
Then comes the larynx. Now, larynx is called as the voice box. It is made up of two cartilage cords, okay, and basically it's present over here in the front of our neck, and it is responsible for the production of sound. You and I, we can speak, you and I, we can sing and scream and make noises. It's because of the presence of voice box, that is the larynx. Now, larynx is the upper portion of the trachea, windpipe. So basically, the epiglottis, it folds over the top of the windpipe and it does not let the food from entering the larynx. Now, everyone has heard the birds chirping. So the chirping of the birds, how they can do that? It's because instead of having a larynx, they have something called a syrinx. Okay, that these syrinx helps them to chirp. So the noise that they make, the sound that they make, we can't. So because we don't have that. Clear? Larynx
Yes.
is clear. Then comes the actual windpipe, that is the trachea. Now below the larynx and moves down our neck, we have our trachea. Now see, the thing with trachea is that, for example, this right here structure, for example, see here. This is your windpipe that will sort of get divided later on like this. And these are the lungs. Very badly shaped. This is your lung number 1. There's the lung number. Okay. Now this trachea, it is sort of surrounded by a C-shaped cartilage ring like this. Throughout, there is the presence of the cartilage rings. Incomplete cartilage rings are present. Now, why are they present? See, when we breathe in, the air comes inside our body, and when we breathe out, the air goes outside our body. So, whilst we are breathing out, the air is moving outside our body. So, if these cartilage rings are not present, our trachea, whilst we are breathing out, it will go like this. Completely stick onto each other. So to protect its shape and to keep its shapes like a tube that there is, so the cartilage are there so as to prevent it from collapsing. Okay, so that our trachea doesn't collapse while we are breathing out. Understood?
So, ma'am, the trachea is stick to the cartilage.
It's not stick to the cartilage. The cartilage is sort of forming rings around the trachea, so that
So
the
the
trachea doesn't stick it onto itself.
okay.
Got it? So it's like
Yes,
a
ma'am.
hollow tube surrounded by the rings. Just like, for example, if you stand up straight and those pool floaties, like you wear those on your like hula hoops or pool floaties. So just like that, the cartilage is present surrounding the trachea. Understood?
Okay, ma'am.
Now further, the trachea goes at the level of our chest and then it gets divided into two more and we call it into bronchi. So this is bronchi. Okay, so the division of the trachea at the level of our chest into left and the right side, we call it as the bronchi. And lastly, there comes the lungs. So lungs, they are the primary organs of respiration in the humans and other vertebrates. And where is it present? They are present in the thoracic cavity. What is the meaning of thoracic? Thoracic refers to the chest area. Okay, thorax. Now, anatomically, the lungs are spongy organs. They're very spongy, soft organs. And the total square surface area is 50 to 75 square meters or meter square. So the primary function of the lung is to facilitate the exchange of gases. And how can they do that? It's because inside every lung, there are several alveoli present. Like for example, if this is further branchings also happen like this, and they end up in this balloon-like structure called as the alveoli. So this alveoli is the site of exchange of gases, meaning this is where the gaseous exchange will take place, and it is present inside the lungs. Now remember this as a fact that our right lung is bigger and heavier as compared to the left lung. Understood? That's how it's made. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Any doubts, students? This is like the basic anatomy that we were seeing, the different parts of the human respiratory system. Any doubts?
No, ma'am.
Also, can you hear me properly?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Saad, can you please switch on your video? Are you able to hear me? Students, my voice is clear, na?
Yes, ma'am. It is.
All right. Jia,
Ma'am,
you also.
why is it like one lung heavy and not like not evenly shaped?
It's not evenly present. I don't know. Mainly it is because of the structure that it is formed. Also, one more thing, because the right lung is quite, because see, the right lung is made up of bigger lobes. Like our lungs are made up of lobes. So the right hand side of the lung is made up of bigger lobes. That is why they are heavier. Understood? And the left lung is made up of fewer, smaller size lobe as compared to the right lung. That is why they are sort of lighter as compared to the right side. And that is why, students, because of the right lung being bigger in size, our heart is not straight away present like this. It's present sort of a little tilted because of the, yeah, because it has to get accommodated over there, because right lung is bigger, left lung is a little smaller. It is tilted towards the left hand side. Understood? So the main reason the right lung is bigger is because it is made up of bigger size lobes. Understood? Now see, I told you that our lung is present in the thoracic cavity. Now the thoracic cavity has rib cage. What is the rib cage? It is the set of bones that are responsible for protecting our heart and our lungs. So the ribs that are present in our chest area, right? You people can feel your ribs also. So those ribs are responsible for protecting our heart and our lungs. Clear, students? Any doubts? Anything you want to ask?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Now, furthermore, let's talk about the whole entire, let us see the respiratory tract and how things happen. So firstly, the air, we take it from the atmosphere. So with the help of our external nostrils, we take the air inside, we breathe in. Then it passes to the nasal chamber, which is lined with hair and mucus so as to filter the air from dust, dirt, and different pathogens. Then from the nasal chamber, the air moves to the pharynx, which is the passage behind the nasal chamber, and it serves like a common passage for air and food. From the pharynx, it goes into the larynx, which is the vocal cord, like the vocal cords are present, and it is the sound box. Then the epiglottis is a flap-like structure that covers the glottis, which is the opening of the trachea, and it does not let any food particle move inside the trachea or the windpipe. Then talking about the trachea, so it's a long hollow tube present right in the middle of our thoracic cavity, meaning right in the middle of our chest, and it is surrounded by rings of cartilage to protect it from collapsing. The trachea then further divides into left and the right bronchi, the first division. And further, when the bronchi are going to divide, they are going to form tinier bronchus, that is bronchioles. Understood? So, see this thing. This is trachea getting divided into left and right bronchi. Further, when this bronchi is going to divide like this, these are your bronchioles. Understood? Now, from there, the air would move inside the alveoli, which is a balloon-like structure wherein the exact gaseous exchange takes place. And lastly, all of this like bronchioles, bronchi, alveoli, they are present in the lungs. So us humans, we have one pair of lungs and they are sac-like structure and they are covered by a double layered membrane, which is called as pleura, or you can call it as the pleural membrane. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Hmm. Okay. Now, Gia, can you tell me what are the different parts of our respiratory system quickly? Revise it up.
Um, the pharynx,
No, start from the beginning.
um, nostrils,
Hmm.
um,
Then,
um, larynx,
nostrils and direct larynx.
um,
Nostrils are there, nasal chamber is there, right? And then that
uh,
opens into the larynx. Not larynx,
yeah,
pharynx. Opens into
pharynx,
pharynx.
and then there's epiglottis,
Hmm.
and then larynx,
Hmm.
and then there's the trachea,
Hmm.
and then there are the two lungs,
Hmm.
in which alveoli is present,
Hmm.
and there is a bronchus, and then there is a diaphragm.
Diaphragm, so I haven't taught you yet. But yes, there is a diaphragm present. See, so basically, the whole entire, you can say the components of our human respiratory system goes like that. And the trachea, it divides at the level of the chest cavity into the left and the right bronchi. Hmm? Furthermore, the bronchi divides into bronchioles and then the alveoli comes. And all of this is enclosed inside the pair of lungs that we have. So the different parts of our human respiratory system is clear to everyone.
Yes, ma'am.
Any doubts?
No,
No.
ma'am.
Okay. All right. Now you note down this part. Then we'll move forward and talk about the mechanism of breathing.
Ma'am, what should be the heading for this? Any subheading or something?
Human respiratory system.
अस्सलाम वालेकुम मैम। मैम
Yes, sir.
मैम I have a doubt.
Ask.
Ma'am, in larynx, they are saying that the epiglottis folds over the top of the windpipe and prevents from entering the food into the larynx. And in the pharynx, they are saying that its function is to prevent the food particles from going to the windpipe. What is this? What is this used?
See, the main thing is that whether you include it into the larynx part or the pharynx part, the epiglottis is that part which is like a flap. Okay, basically, it will not let the food enter into the trachea. Understood? The main thing is that nothing should go inside the windpipe. Is it clear?
Okay, now it's clear.
Okay, everyone's done till here. Shall I scroll down?
No, ma'am, just the trachea is left, please, ma'am.
Okay, sure. No problem.
Done, ma'am. You can scroll down.
Everyone's done? Jia and Saad, both of you are done?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, the thoracic cavity is basically the chest cavity, right?
Yes. Thoracic and chest, the same.
Done, ma'am.
Everyone's done?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am. A little is left.
Okay, okay.
So, done, ma'am.
You're also done, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Done, ma'am.
Everyone's done till here?
No, ma'am, just the last line.
Okay.
Done, ma'am.
Done, ma'am. Done, ma'am.
All right, everyone's done.
No, ma'am, just the lungs is remaining.
Okay, okay.
Done, ma'am.
Okay, any doubts up until now, students?
Ma'am, I have a doubt.
Hmm.
Ma'am, if the question is asked to explain the human respiratory system, so do
Hmm.
we need to write this one or the before you
You can write any one,
we
either
have
one
said the
of the
nose, the
two.
trachea
Yeah,
and all?
whichever one you feel like is easier, you write that. But the most important thing is to mention all the different parts. Okay, do not skip out on any parts. Yeah.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. Now, Gia and Alpha, you people can leave. Saad, you stay in the meeting.
Thank you, ma'am. Good night.
Most welcome. Good night, students. Yes, Saad, am I audible to you?
Yes, ma'am.
Tell me, what was the problem?
What?
You
What
said
came?
that you were not confident and all. What happened? Tell me.
Nothing. Nothing like that.
Then see in the class, in this Zoom meeting, there's this mode wherein if we switch it on, only the host of the meeting, like me, only I can see your video and no one else in the class can. Understood?
Okay.
Yeah, so feel that thing as far as the security is concerned. So whenever you come to the class, you're supposed to switch on the video. Okay, you don't have to switch on your mic. Whenever I ask, then obviously you have to, but usually you have to keep your videos on while I'm teaching, and I give you the liberty to switch it off while you're writing. Understood? So from the
Okay.
next class, I would expect from you to respond in the class, talk to me in the class, and also keep your video on. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Then. Now you can go. Did you understand everything that I taught today?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Okay. Okay. Then I'll
Ma'am,
see
I
you in the
have
next.
one question. I had a question.
Hmm.
Wait, ma'am. Wait.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. I was asking, so how can I cover the syllabus which is left? Like
Your
your
classes will be
syllabus
taken
or
for
fifth
that.
syllabus?
We
Yes.
will be scheduling classes for the left part. So you can
Okay.
cover it up. Okay. Or link will be provided to you. Either of the things could happen wherein you would be able to cover up the classes. Understood?